A good point on number 8 back there. You know, as far as ultimately what we're doing is course managing, and it is course management. And I think that's the biggest thing that people take for granted, right? When people see a par 5 or a par 4, all they think about off the tee is they think driver. When they're 150 yards, 200 yards, you know, basically everyone is just more robotic, right?
Right.
They're not playing the elements of wind, slope. They just know, oh, 150 yards is an 8-iron. I'm just going to hit it as hard as I can and it goes wherever it goes.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's the difference between that type of golfer and the golfer we're gonna try to beat, right? I want you to think, where do I tee it up? Where's the best angle? Do I want to tee it up over here? And why would I want to tee it up over here? Because of the shot shape, what's better, right? So obviously if I'm playing a little fade, I want to bring it over here. If I'm playing a little bit of a draw, I want to bring it over here. Okay? And it just takes you away from some of the elements as well too. But ultimately, we're always trying to hit the high percentage shot. We're always trying to give us the best opportunity for the best score possible. Okay? So is that a driver on a par 4? Maybe, but not all the time. Okay? We have on this golf course a lot of short par 4s where putting it in the fairway is imperative, right? You know, where maybe a 3-iron or maybe a 5-wood or maybe a 3-wood off the tee is the better choice, right? It's not always I want to hit driver and be, I want to see the shortest iron I can hit possible into it, right? It's thinking about the hole from the green back to the tee. Very similar to what Zach Johnson did at Augusta when he won it. He never went for a par 5 and 2. He played it from the green all the way back, and he thought, what do I need to hit? What distances do I need to hit? And then he played to his game. And that's what I want you. You have a good wedge. You have a good wedge game. So that's what I want you to hit. I want you to hit shots where if it's the difference between going for the green from too far out like we did on number 8 or laying up to a good yardage and having that simple high percentage shot, that's what I want to do. Right? Yeah. So especially on the greens, you know, where's the pin? I don't want it just because it's a blue pin. I need to go all the way. No, you don't need to go all the way to the back. Okay. Maybe the best move is actually hitting towards the center of the green and just taking the 2-putt and moving on. Right? Yeah. Instead of maybe short-siding it, hit to the fat part of the green. Take your 2-putt, move on. Right? Yeah. Because what happens is we start getting greedy with the shot, or we start getting tricky with the shot. Then we start taking strokes that shouldn't. Basically, it's going to penalize us, is what I'm trying to say. So if you short side a shot, now you have a delicate shot. And really, it's not guaranteed that we get up and down. No. So, you know, would you rather have a 30-foot putt, or would you rather have a putt or a chip that, you know, we're not familiar with? Maybe a flop shot or something like that, right? Yeah. To where, who knows, maybe we're going to have 20 feet coming back from the spot on the chip. So always playing for the high percentage shot. High percentage shot. So,
so
on
a lot of planning.
A lot of planning. Yeah, think ahead. Especially being a member here, this is the course you're playing for a majority of the time. Yeah. Elements change, wind, okay, temperature, stuff like that. But on a shot like this, you could have a game plan going into it. Am I going to get there in 2? Is that the first thing? Okay, probably not. Right? There's just too much risk, as this is kind of like an hourglass figured hole. Okay, so. Is driver the play? Maybe not. Okay. Now, if I hit driver, where am I going to go from there? Right? If I hit 3-wood, where am I going to go from there? Right? So, do you think driver's the play on this one? And look, yes could be an answer on this one because it is wide open for the driver, right? We just have the trees in the middle, but that's something you can take over. Yeah. So I do think driver is the play here. It's just now when we get up to the second shots, how are we going to manage it? Okay. Do I want to hit 3-wood, which is a lower percentage shot than hitting a 7-iron? Exactly. But there's a higher reward if we hit it correctly. We got to kind of find that balance. Okay. So why don't we hit this drive here? Let's see what it does for us when we get up there, and we'll play it in from there. So go through the motions here, line it up, double check that grip, and let's make sure we get that club pointing to the belly at impact, nice and smooth. Beautiful. Playing the contours, it's going to come down a little bit to the right. Yeah, I don't think you can place that one out there any better. Okay. So now that's going to leave us, like we had back on number 8, it's going to leave us that risk reward. So we do have a lot of thinking looking ahead. Okay, what's the high percentage shot? We're always looking for that par. What's the best opportunity?